Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. We are in the finals. The Chrono Cup is in building. It's being polished backstage right now. I'm Brocky. I'm here with Silver Neo. Hello, Silver Neo.
Hello, racers. Hello, chat.
This is literally, possibly, the final game of the tournament. We are doing a 3-game series, as most of you probably already know. And this is game 2 of that series. moonblizzard took the first game, so the score so far in the series is 1 moonblizzard, 0 Korenth. If Korenth takes this race, of course, we will go to a sudden death game 3. That's what I'd love to see, but hey, you never know. We could be awarding moonblizzard his trophy tonight. So, yeah, we're going to get ready to get started pretty quick here. And, as we go, we'll explain a little bit more about the randomizer, just in case we have anyone here who's here for the first time and maybe hasn't seen this before. It's a randomizer developed for Chrono Trigger on the SNES. It randomizes a number of things, including the characters that you collect, what in what order you collect them in. Your tech menus are randomized, vendor sales are randomized, chests, enemy drops, lots of things.
Yes, players start with the epic, and with 600 and 1080 open, the rest will need to be unlocked. Key items are randomized throughout the game with a certain logic behind most bosses. You'll get 3 techs before going to Specchio, besides Alo, Robo, and Magus. And there are a number of go modes, if you want to talk about those, Procky.
There are. We have 3 different go modes, basically. 2 of them involve killing Lavos at the end. 1 of them involves killing Zeal 2 at the end, and all 3 of them have sort of a different progression in terms of the key items you need to find. But you'll see us commenting on that as they pick up items. Basically, early on, we're going to be looking for the gate key and the pendant, I think, are going to be our most important checks to find here early on, because they both unlock a different time period and they both unlock progression towards a go mode.
So we're starting out with Chrono and Moral, and it looks like moonblizzard's timer isn't going.
Well,
that's going to make for an interesting PB.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy he's taking there. He may just say at the end, well, look, I beat the game in 0 minutes and 0 seconds. I don't think that's going to fly with the judges, but, it will come down to a vote.
We have Korenth checking Snail Shop. It's Prism Shard. He passes on that, it looks like.
Yeah, Prism Shard is one of those items that it's like a fetch quest. It will send you somewhere else in order to get another key item. Generally, we avoid those in early game just because you can't do them early game. moonblizzard having a little bit of trouble on that chest, and boy, do I feel his pain. The desert is a tough place to pick these chests in.
Right, and Sunshades down in desert.
Sunshade, Silver Earring, and Load Helm, all amazing drops.
That was loaded.
Ouch. Ouch. Korenth, we have here checking the carpenter's wife check here. So this is an important one to do early because it's absolutely free. Even the snail stop charges you 9,900 gold. And you got a gate key. So we are off to a very good start here. We'll see how long it takes him to use that, but what it will do for him is it'll unlock 65 million BC, essentially. So he'll be able to go back in time to the prehistory time period where you normally find Ayla. He's going to find one random character there if he goes and climbs Dactyl Nest, and he's also going to be able to fight Nizbel in the Reptite layer. That's going to give him another key item check.
So we got Korenth going straight to prehistory after the gate key.
Yeah, Korenth, that's a good play on his part. He has nothing to lose by doing this. Basically, what you want to do in order to access the end of time, you're going to use that gate key, go through the cupboard in Medina Village, and then just walk back up here like he's doing, jump back in the portal, and it will actually transport you to the end of time. From
Now,
here,
doing this before you get your third character is going to be kind of a little bit of a time loss.
It would be, except for I think he's doing the right strategy here. He's going to go straight back to Medina Village, straight back through that cupboard portal, and this takes the least amount of time in terms of unlocking end of time. He hasn't visited Specchio yet, and we'll explain why. But now he has the end of time unlocked, and he can easily travel back to it just using the epoch. Oh, and it looks like he is going right for it, right into 65 million.
Dactyl Nest?
Going straight
Interesting
to
play.
Nest. And you do not see this often in an early game, but he will not be much risk here. He's going to be able to just run away from these fights. Even if he happens to lose Marl or one character, he'll still run away. There's a couple of encounters he just has to run away from, and then he's going to be able to collect his third character atop Dactyl Nest. Now, we'll see how Moonblizzard plays it. I don't know if he'll do the same thing. A much more common way that players play the early game here is to go to the Cathedral. You could unlock a character there right away, and also possibly a fourth if you choose to fight Yakra.
I think Moonblizzard's probably going to stick to his tried and true route.
Yep, going into that house, picking up the magic tab and the speed tab. I think it's in Medina Village. You want to do that early game. Why not, right? They're free, and they will bump it up for you. Yeah, Moonblizzard taking this this fight in the in the shop here. This is a good little early game strategy. It's going to get you 5 levels immediately and 5 tech points, which will give you access to your first tech on each character.
Korenth picked up a decent bow. See if he can get the skip here. And the pause buffer did not work.
That's unfortunate. You are able to actually skip past these encounters without even triggering them, but it's a very narrow window of 1 pixel that you have to walk across. Luckily, you can always run away even if you encounter them by accident. Okay, so here we have Robo. Now, that's pretty good in terms of unlocking key items. I'll explain why, because first of all, Marl will give you access to that prism shard we saw at the snail stop. It'll allow you to use the prism shard in order to progress that quest and fight Yakra 13. In this case, Robo will allow you to unlock the desert. You'll be able to fight Retinite and unlock a key item that way. So these are 2 characters that you may literally have to use. So you always want to keep your eye out for them. Also, the desert's a pretty quick check too. So if you have Robo or if you find him, you can just go do desert. Usually it's quick.
Faster if you have an Ice 2 spell.
Yes, indeed. And can be a good place to grind as well if you have an Ice 2 or Water 2.
And Moonblizzard finds Luca in Cathedral. Let's see what he does with this.
Now, Luca's a wonderful find because she's just the strongest.
Looks like he's going to continue through Cathedral.
But not in terms of actual personal strength. She's kind of weak. She's a bit squishy. But
It looks like Moon is going to head for the end of time to get magic for his 3 characters.
Yep, it's something Korenth already did, and now he is having to go back now. If his 3rd character needed to learn magic, maybe that would have, saved him a little bit of time, but... all you have to do is, Specchio's little war dance for him for his pleasure. And what it does
It's
is
not
unlocks...
often that we see the frog, though.
No, it's not actually. Not at all, especially in a Jets of Time seed.
It's got to be below level 5 or below.
Yeah, maybe 10 or... It may be 10 or below.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really low. And he can actually be kind of easy to kill, but he doesn't reward you with much, so it's not really worth fighting him either. So comparatively here, moonblizzard kind of caught up a little bit there.
Yeah.
And he also has a better team to teach magic to, because all 3 of them have great tech, as long as you go to Specchio. So we've explained this before, we'll explain it again. Chrono, Marl, Luca, and Frog all need to visit Specchio in order to learn past their first 3 techs. With Robo, Magus, and Ayla, you don't have to visit Specchio, so... But at the same time, Luca and Marl together is such a powerful combination. See, and now Korenth is going to find Luca right away here, but he's already visited the end of time, and he may have to go back again in order to teach Luca magic now, which again is just a little bit of a time loss.
Moon's pushing through prehistory.
Right, and he's kind of doing it in a...
skipping Cathedral.
Moon's doing it in a little more of a traditional way. And it does look like he's going to actually fight this fight. Now, that's exactly why he came through Mystic Mountains, because we saw Korenth, instead of going through the Pillar of Light to Mystic Mountains, he took the Pillar of Light to Medina Village, then used the Epoch to fly to 65 million. It's faster than going through Mystic Mountains, but Moon's here just to get tech and experience, and I don't blame him. He just learned magic, and this is a team that can benefit greatly from having their best techs available.
I don't think Moon is gambling for drops from the fight. He never really does that. It's more experience and tech that he'll do fights for. Otherwise, he runs from them.
Agreed. Having said that, if he notices that they're dropping something nice, he's going to make a mental note about that, and if he needs it later, he's going to know where to go. I've actually had that in seeds before where this will happen, like especially in a Lost Worlds where you don't have a huge pool of vendors. They're not guaranteed to sell certain things, so you can get a seed where you can't actually buy an ether. And then so you have to hunt down an enemy that is willing to drop it for you, then grind that enemy to get a pile of ethers.
Haste, Luminaire, and Flare learned on moonblizzards. Ho ho!
Well, I'd say he's good to go fight Nizbel probably almost immediately with those tech and that team.
All he needs now is armors and items.
Yeah, he'll need some equipment, and of course learning those amazing tech, that's great, but they're expensive in terms of MP, and at a low level, of course, you just don't have that much MP to spare.
Both players have skipped Cathedral.
Yeah, we see Korenth coming back with Luca now. It looks like he isn't that interested in using Chrono, maybe. Looks like he may be using Robo for the rest of this, or at least for the next little while. Now, I really like this team. I think they have by far the best damage output out of any other team you can put together. However, they're slow. They all start with 8 speed each, and without speed tabs or speed equipment like dash rings and speed belts and bandanas and haste helms and all those other fun things, they can just fall behind a little bit, especially during the final boss fights. 8 speed is not what you want going into Lavos.
Yeah, he's gonna melt Hecaran in here. Korenth doing a bridge check.
Yeah, so I wonder, depending on what they find in these two locations, we're going to get a, it is diverging a little bit in terms of what they're choosing to do. Oh, it looks like Korenth did go get the negative bromide. That's a good move on his part. You can go into the cathedral, just take that one fight, take the bromide, and then this guy will give you actually a speed tab, power tab, and magic tab all at once.
Feeding Luca those speed tabs. That's a good play. Here comes the check from the cook.
Yeah, for me, I tend to put my speed tabs into Luca. There's a good argument to be made, however, that giving them to Marl is even better, just because it'll allow Marl to cast haste faster. Might give you a faster overall speed in it, like during a fight. However, having 13 speed, at least on Luca, is amazing. You'll just shred every fight you come into contact with.
Right. You usually use a higher speed to get an attack off before you get attacked.
Yeah, and that seems to be the sweet spot, 12 or 13 speed. If you have that much on one character, you should be able to beat any enemy to the punch, and yeah, hopefully kill them before they even touch you.
It looks like Korenth is keeping the trigger. He got the Chrono trigger from the cook, so he's going to continue with the bridge.
That's it's a good call probably to keep the trigger there. He's going to get some experience. He's going to probably get a couple of drops from this. It's going to take some time, but the trigger is one of those progression key items that will give you go mode. So if he finds the pendant, he'll be able to use that with the Chrono trigger and the Chrono's clone in order to unlock Death Peak, and therefore head on into the Black Omen and fight Zeal 2. We're a long ways off from that now, still, but I might actually go for that Chrono trigger myself as well. So if he found something like the tools or the jerky, something that's not progression based, what you can do there is just reset out of it and choose not to do the Xenon Bridge at all.
This is a very interesting start to this seed. This should be a very good race.
Agreed. I always love to see that early gate key. It just opens things up a little bit for the players, and it allows them to learn that magic early, which it just helps so much. I mean, you don't want to be chasing down magic for the whole seed.
Right, and divergence from the get-go. Haha.
That's right. So now that you do Hecaran Cave, Moon is going to check tab in here. This is how you actually get the key item out of this. It's the bent hilt. That's not the best item you could find. It is part of a go mode, but unless you have Frog or you know where Frog is, usually you don't even think about it because you need Frog in order to do that go mode, and you need both parts of the mass immune, the hilt and the sword, and you also need the ruby knife, and you also need to be able to fight Magus in his castle. So once you have all of those things, you can think about going that way, but...
Well, at least the cave was worth the tech points.
Frog is, but... In game one of this series, Korenth had an actual Frog go mode. It didn't go as well as we had hoped for him. He fell behind going into Magus Castle, but we all talked about it later and decided there's like a number of ways it could have been sped up. But in the future, there may be a change in terms of just making that go mode just a little more desirable. People tend to avoid Magus Castle for good reason. It takes a long time to get through, and there's a lot of difficulty in there.
Looks like the frogs dropped nothing this time.
Yeah, I noticed Moon always likes to check those, and usually it pays off, but not always. Korenth just taken down Zombor over there on the Xenon Bridge, so he's
we have one going for a bridge check.
Yep. It looks like he's probably going to go to Heckran Cave next, and he's going to find that bent hilt. So even though they've diverged their paths, they're actually kind of doing the same thing. Korenth just had to go out of his way to steal that cake.
Right. And moonblizzard resets when he sees the item.
Interesting play. I suppose it would be because he has that gate key. He's not necessarily close. And maybe having trouble with his Lua scripts here. I'm sure he'll clear that up or just turn it off. Because there is an auto tracker for use with Jets of Time that you can use with Emo Tracker. That's what the connection lost is referring to. His emulator lost the connection to Emo Tracker. If I was Moon and I couldn't figure out why that happened, I would just turn it off because I probably don't need it.
Right. Can anybody else follow his menuing?
It's too fast, man.
That's insane. I bet he closes his eyes when he does it, too.
Yeah, I'll bet he does. He's feeling some kind of electric braille, like, through his spirit. That's how good he is at Chrono Trigger. But yeah, he's also heading up Denadoro here. Don't always see this, like, boy, I have to say, Silver, I'd be in Reptite Lair right now, myself. I wouldn't be ponying around up here on Denadoro Mountain when you have just better tech point, better experience points, better drops, and with the techs he has, Nizbel would be a piece of cake.
But Denadoro is a fast check. It's a little faster than Reptite Lair. It's still a fast check, and you'll still get tech points.
I'm not sure if it is faster than Reptite Lair, but I don't have any data in front of me, so I can't say one way or the other, but you could be right. If you actually run through all of Denadoro, it can be pretty darn quick.
I mean, if he skips the waterfall checks and most of the chests, it's pretty quick, yeah.
And again, and his team is able to probably take down Massimian with quite a bit of ease. He's got those like amazing techs he learned. We saw Korenth in a previous race. Go to Denadoro a little too early, I would say. It actually, he didn't really, he didn't die. He didn't struggle that badly, but it took a long time to kill. And If you save Denadoro till your, third or fourth check, then you could just kill Masamune faster, hands down.
He's hitting all the skips. And we got Korenth going up against Hekran. Saraster is saying that Denadoro is taking longer than Reptite Layer, and I'll agree with him. He does know this probably a lot better than I do.
Yeah, he probably does know more about this, probably because he's one of the lead developers and the inventor, creator of Jets of Time. Raster
Maybe
Cecil in the house.
Maybe it's just because I can't do all the skips in Reptite Layer like everyone else can. It just seems longer to me.
Yeah, so, right. After Korenth gets this bent hilt, it'll be interesting to see if he checks Frogsborough like Moon did. Moon went there, I think, basically just to see who was locked behind it. And, that took a little bit of time off of Moon's run. If Korenth chooses not to check the burrow, he will gain a little bit of time. So,
right at this point, I don't think I could judge who's ahead.
No, absolutely not. It's possible, I would say. I mean, Korenth might be ahead just because he has that extra character, and that extra character happens to be Robo, because that means he just has access to more progression. Other than that, they're quite even, but he does have Robo, and he's using Robo, which is really fun to watch.
Right. So yeah, he's able to do the Desert Fiona check.
Yeah, if he does Desert, that could depend on whether or not he gets Ice too, and whether or not he has, good weapons for the two girls and Robo. That goes for either of the players here today. If you go to Retinite and fight him, you need to have a really solid physical single target attacks. And ideally on top of that, you want to hit him with an Ice 2 to lower his defenses. But if you go in there with poor weapons and poor physical tech, you don't do that.
So Korenth is down Hekran, and he's popping out here to do the Taben check.
Yep,
and I'm sure he's happy to see that.
I like what Korenth is doing here, and I can only speculate about what his brain is thinking, and I'm often wrong about these things. But if I was playing against Moon right now, I would try to do what Moon isn't doing. If Moon's gonna skip Nizbel, I want to go do Nizbel.
And Korenth is hitting Reptite Layer and likely going to do a little bit of grinding right here.
Yeah, this is a famous spot to do a little bit of grinding. You get a fair amount of tech points, fair amount of experience. You can refresh the fight really easily, and you also have a chance that you can dig a hole into a secret cave where you get a great chance at finding a god tier item.
And Moonblizzard takes down Masamune.
Yep, so he's going to get his key item actually right after the fight ends here. We're going to be able to see what it is.
Korenth's not going to grind him. He's just going to keep going. Okay. Yeah, those full tonic drops from the Evil Weevils is great. Moonstone.
Moon gets his Moonstone. I know he loves finding that. Oh, and if he's remembering right now that the Prism Shard is at Snail Stop, he may be thinking that could be a clue.
Right, right.
However, he would still need the pendant in order to fully charge up that moonstone. Now, did he already buy the prism shard?
No, he's in the wrong era to turn that in. Isn't he?
No. I think this is where you turn it in. So he must have actually bought the prism shard. I actually missed that myself. It's not something you would normally see. Oh, no, he didn't.
No, he has to be in his throne chair, and you
He
talk to him.
didn't pick it up. No, you can, in fact, trigger that quest by talking to the king in his bed. You do need the prism shard, though. And it looks like that's what Moon is going to go for here. Interesting.
Wouldn't it have been faster to go through the menus to make sure you had it already?
Yes, Cthulhu. Moon thought he bought it. And he was making me think he bought it, too. So he's just going to sell a few things here to make 9,900 gold so that he can go to Snail Stop and get that prism shard. And then he's going to start his Yakra 13 quest, battle, fight, chain of events. Korenth just taking down Nizbel here. He's going to get his key item soon. Oh, sorry, my bad. He's just about to take down Nizbel, is what I meant to say. Now, I hope that Robo has shock, because I know Chrono has Luminaire, and you do want to bring a lightning spell into this fight with you in order to bring down Nizbel's defenses.
Ah, yes, King says he will secure the treasure. That's actually a little faster.
A little
You have
bit,
to
yeah.
go
It
through
doesn't,
a talking cutscene thing.
it doesn't cause the cutscene, but you do have to run up the stairs. I'd be interested to actually compare them. Especially if you have like Frog in your party, I think you get extra dialogue.
Yeah, and then the music switches.
Welcome, SpeedGaming 5 chatters.
Welcome, Raiders!
R. So it looks like Korenth is using up most of his consumables there. Again, he's got Flare, but it is expensive, and you have to stay on top of that, obviously. Flare could be doing a little more damage as well. He may be in here just a tad early, but especially if he's not going to use a lightning spell, this could be extra painful.
Yeah, this is a touchy fight here.
I think he did the right thing there, though. He cast one fire and then healed up his MP because it was inconsequential at that point. Alrighty, Rue, Moonblizzard heading into the basement of the castle now. The castle has changed since the wealth of the rainbow stone or whatever, rainbow shell, sorry. I don't know, change the kingdom. So shortly after this cutscene, Moonblizzard's going to be able to sort of run up through the corridors here and find out what is actually hiding behind this check. I don't know if he saved first or if he's planning to fully commit to this, because of course if he finds something he really doesn't like and he didn't save before, he's going to be committed to that Yakra 13 fight, and it could just take up a little bit of time.
We shall see shortly here.
Meanwhile, Korenth just chipping away at Nizbel there. He's really not in too serious of trouble. I mean, he's got Heal Beam, it looks like. The biggest issue is only having ethers and needing mid-ethers.
And Moon finds the tools.
Ooh, that's salty. That is the least useful item, actually, in the whole pool. I mean, the second... Well, it depends on... Oh, and look, he noped right out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was starting to question that too. It took him a little while to reset.
Now, I don't always remember to save before I go in there because it... You know, even doing that check takes a long time. You have to sit through all of those cutscenes. You have to run up the corridor, get into 2-3 fights. It's a lot to sit through. Oh, and Korenth taking down Nisbel. Very nice.
Moonblizzard's on his way into Reptite.
And just like that, it would appear that Korenth is ahead of Moon by quite a bit.
Right?
It would appear, but you... Oh, he does have Robo, too. This is actually a very interesting turn of events. That rose metal, so you're going to be able to turn that in at the Frog's Burrow. That's actually an area he didn't do right away when he found that hilt. Moon did to see who was there. Now Korenth is going there with purpose, more purpose, because the chest behind Frog can be unlocked with that hero metal.
It looks like he's pulling up the Fiona check.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually just going into desert though. Yeah, I would say that Retinite is... It takes longer. You have to actually go through this whole fight sequence, obviously, and it can be dangerous. Then you have to do a little bit of time traveling, help out Fiona with her farm and all that stuff, and her forest, and obviously just going into the Frog's Burrow and using that hero metal to check that chest is just faster. And when you're starved for progression, when you want to progress and you want to do it quickly, you want to basically get your quickest checks out of the way first. I mean, it's as simple as that. So hopefully this just pays off for him and it goes well.
We have high hopes.
Because also, if you always do the quickest checks first, and that's the way you always play, that could lose you some seeds sometimes, just because other players may play a little more in an unorthodox way. And I mean, we've seen that in this tournament before. We've seen, you know, people taking early, long checks and it paying off. So, you know, since it's a randomizer, you can basically come at it with any strategy you want and still perform really well. The Korenth does have that ice 1. That's definitely going to help. Light lag spike there, but I guess we're back. Yeah, Korenth does not have the best team for Retinite. Not even by a long shot. I mean, even if you have really good weapons on the girls, on Marl and Luca, like if they have really good guns and bows, it can still just fall short. Although it does look like Robo must have something good on his hand. I didn't see what it was, but with Robo Tackle, he's actually able to do a fair bit of damage here. It's kind of a slow Red Knight fight, to be honest, but he's not struggling. which is a good thing. This fight can really get away from you quickly sometimes.
Yeah, most of the Korenth boss fights so far have been pretty much the same way. Not quite struggling, but not, blazing through them.
Yeah, not quite blazing through them. And at the end of the fight, actually, it's because he's just slightly underleveled, maybe, or perfectly leveled, depending on your opinion, then he's actually going to reap even more benefit from those experience gains at the end. So he kills the center.
Core too.
Yeah, 4,000 experience and 40 tech points. That's a huge boost to his team. And I don't know, maybe he's thinking I've been running around a lot. I didn't do very much grinding or any in Reptite Layer, and this is just a good way to give my team a boost. Maybe that's what he's thinking. I'm not sure. Looks like moonblizzard just took down Nizbel.
All right, we're going to see what we have here over on Korenth's screen. Oh, he's going to do the frog check first.
He wants 2 checks at once. He's getting greedy.
Now, do we want to call that greedy or skillful?
Either greedy or it's really efficient, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, he's learning now that Frog is here, so if he wants to unlock the character that's in here, he needs to complete the mass immune and then bring it in. Ooh, he got the clone out of that. Now that's an interesting grab, actually, because that means that with the clone now, all he needs is the pendant, and he'll actually be able to unlock Go mode through Black Omen. So
wow.
He's one item away from Go mode.
And Moon is right on his heels.
That's a fun trick you can do when you check the shop inside Fiona Shrine. You talk to her and then you walk away, and you can even run away, and the menu will pause for a minute, and when it finally appears, you'll already be up here near Robo, and then just saves a little bit of time running.
And pay no attention to the double Robo.
No way. He just got the pendant. So,
okay.
So Korenth has Go mode. Oh my goodness. What a turn of events. And it looks like moonblizzard is heading up Dactyl Nest here. He's looking for Robo now. Or looking for whoever may be here. I mean, he's going to hope it's Robo, I think.
Right, that puts Korenth an entire check ahead.
Right, because... yeah, moonblizzard... he's already checked everything he possibly can. After he did that pendant, or sorry, the prism shard check, he doesn't have anything left. So he must be certain that Robo is up here. Because there's nowhere else he could be. It has to lead to progression because... well, first of all, and I'll explain this to everyone, every single seed is 100% completable. So knowing that, if you actually are doing every check you possibly can, you will never mess up a seed. So Moon knows that he's done every check he can, and this is the last thing that he hasn't done. It happens to be Robo. Robo's going to unlock that desert, and then he's going to end up in the desert.
Angriel's right. I was wrong. Moon's a couple of checks behind because he noped out on the trigger.
He noped out on the trigger. Oh. Hey, that's true. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, he is
Korenth heading for future.
He's heading for the future. He's bringing in a pretty interesting team. I mean, again, I'll have to say this, like, they're slow. He needs to find speed gear in order to make this go faster for himself.
A dash ring would make all the difference.
Dash ring, even if he went and checked Protodome and found Ayla there or something, he would, do himself a great favor there. It's just, it gives your team speed. But yeah, we'll see. Going up into Black Omen, at least he's going in with Robo. I mean, we're going to talk about this a little later, but there's a few big gatekeepers inside Black Omen, a few nasty bosses that stand in your way, and a couple of them are mutants. And for those guys, like, you really want to have extremely strong AoE magic attacks and good healing in order to beat those fights. But then right after that, they throw you into a fight where if you use AoE magic, you're dead. That's the Elder Lavo spawn. So suddenly you need to start using physical damage single target. Which Robo is actually good at. Robo is actually really good at that. So, if he sticks with this team, he might have a pretty good balance for the whole Black Omen, but we'll see.
Oh, saving Fritz. How? No, come on.
Saving Fritz is something that has, brought up many moral, ethical, and philosophical quandaries for our community. And we will decide one day what the right thing to do is. But, in this case, it may be the right thing to do because Korenth may want those 10 meat ethers that he will be able to collect after this if he goes back to Fritz's dad's shop. He'll get a free 10 mid ethers. So
he's a mid ether smuggler and he's in league with Magus. Come on.
Yeah, we don't have proof, so that's why I just don't like to interfere myself. Like, I don't like to get extra judicial on everything like that. And anyway, no big deal here. So Korenth is about to enter the Dragon Tank fight. I didn't see any antipode on that list. Shadow damage is very good against Dragon Tank, but the next best thing is just attack the head like you would in vanilla, and it should.
I believe he does have antipode 1.
If he has antipode 1, he's going to use it, and it's going to be it's going to do. He may though, because he does. I saw him using ice with Marl and fire with Luca, so he must have antipode 1. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes, Marl does have ice 1.
That's right. He used Ice 1 on Ret Knight. And then I saw him using Fire 2 on Nizbel. See, both of these players, now that we're at the final matchup, are so good at menuing. They both menu at such incredible rates of speed. It can be a challenge to actually know what's going on, just as a commentator. You're always trying to figure out what tech they have, what gear they're wearing, and if you're not looking with laser eyeballs, yeah, you're bound to miss it.
I have no idea what gear they're wearing. It went by so quick. Really won't know until like Black Omen when they're trying to switch between elemental armors and status protections and
That's
all
right.
that.
Once they're spending a little more time in the menus, we'll get a better look at these things, but it's smart on their part to spend as little time in the menus as possible, because that is something that can really chew up time for your run, whether it's a randomizer or a vanilla.
Dragon Tank usually does have some pretty good drops.
Yeah, blackmail is great, especially in Black Omen. There's just so many things that shoot lasers at you, including Zeal 2. In fact, one of the best strategies for Zeal 2 is for everyone to wear blackmail, and we might talk about that a little more later on.
Yeah, Moon did go through and clear Reptile Lair, correct? And he got the hero medal?
Yes, he did.
So now he knows he's got to go back to Xenon Bridge.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately,
bridge.
Yeah, it won't take too long to do, but you know,
just don't see that often.
that's why I would have done it, just because it was the trigger, and I know that's progression based, and why turn down anything that's going to advance your game?
Moon, I'd say, is the bridge and the jail sequence behind. I agree with Azure.
It does look like we're a little gear starved here. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. Still very mid-game, mid-tier equipment on all their characters. He looks like he's going straight for Death Peak. I mean, that's a good sign. He's not interested in wasting any time.
Have you seen his levels, though?
His level is about 19, right? So
I didn't see it.
Yeah, his level's about 19. I mean, I'd say that's right about where you want to think about going in. Not 18, 19, I'd think about it. So he's right on that edge, and if he takes a couple extra fights, it'll help him along the way. He might struggle a little bit with that Lavo spawn at the end of Death Peak, just based on his team composition here. Again, you need strong physical output, single target. His team lacks that, but to be fair, both of their teams lack that, so I'm not going to say it's going to slow him down, but it could slow Moon down as well.
With Moon, at least, he has the sword techs. Ice sword, fire sword, or he could get.
I mean, I would compare Uzi Punch to Confuse for mid-game at least. Confuse obviously does get way more powerful towards the end, but at this point in the game, let's say they're probably about on par, but I'm not sure what sword Chrono has or if he knows Confuse.
Does Robo have Uzi Punch already?
No, I don't think either. He has Robo Tackle though, but he only has a Magma Hand.
Alright.
Chrono knows Confuse already, and he has a Slasher. Well, that is definitely an advantage.
That is, I'd say, mid-tier?
The Slasher?
Yeah, as far as the damage Confuse can do.
Yeah, it's definitely mid-tier in terms of damage. I mean, the biggest bonus on a Slasher is that it gives you +2 speed. But, yeah, it's not going to hit for much. I mean, his Confuse might do 800 damage or something. We'll see. We'll see if he pulls one out soon.
Oh no, when the legs were down.
First. Now you don't want to do that. I mean, he's coming in here a little late. He should be okay, but if you accidentally take the legs out first, especially if you come here at the start of the game, you have, less than half the hit points that Moon does at this point, and he's just going to slap you around until you're dead on the ground.
He's a Confuse away from killing it. And he waits for Ice Sword.
It's a good call. It's more conservative.
And Korenth making his way through Death Peak.
Yep, he took... Did he take one fight? No, he's skipped every single one now. He's actually just blasting right through.
He's probably looking at grinding at that spot in Black Omen.
Oh, and it looks like Moonblizzard's going Naga at Bromide. He wants that speed tab.
And an extra speed tab for Luca.
I mean, I'm not sure if at this stage one speed tab is going to save you the amount of time it took to actually come in here and get it.
Well, 12 to 13 in Black Omen makes all the difference, though. So
True,
that's
actually,
what it's looking at.
That's what I say all the time. You're right. Yeah, especially that first Black Omen screen when you first board it and you have those 6 laser sentries outside. And if you come in there underprepared, like they will just nuke you into oblivion. They're lasers. They don't even think about it.
Yeah, they'll just start shooting each other and blowing up and end up wiping your party.
Yeah, and so that's, we talked about blackmail. That's a really great situation where you want to have blackmail on, and then again, having that high speed in order to kill them first.
Now, Korenth is on the interesting fight. I think this lava spawn is going to be a little harder for him to take down.
It is. He's being pretty smart about it. I mean, now I did notice he had the Valkyrie.
Oh.
So he was
He
able
must
to
have picked it up along the way.
Yeah, I didn't see where he picked it up. Maybe it dropped off Retinite or something like that. But if he's got Valkyrie on Marl here, that's going to actually help a lot. He's actually been pretty smart about just using that fire. I mean, if he gets 3 or 4 of those in, I mean, he's chipping away 1,000 damage by the end of the fight. And I think this guy only has 5,000. So, very nice. That ice tackle. That's perfect for this because it doesn't have any area of effect on it. And for this guy, you can hit him with magic as long as it's single target, of course. So, yeah, he's not going to have any trouble with this from now on. Just ice tackles and Valkyrie hits.
And mid tonics whenever needed. Moon making his way through the jail sequence.
So I suppose at this point we can use, this fight as a marker. As soon as Korenth is done, I'm going to take a note of what his time is. And we're going to see just how much Moonblizzard has to make up in terms of time.
Oh, those status effects are going on now.
Yeah, unfortunately, this guy will put you to sleep. Although he will wake you up pretty shortly afterwards, usually.
56-24.
Okay, 56-24. Also, he got a safe helm there. That's awesome.
Oh, very nice.
I mean, it's probably a little more useful against Lavos than it is against Zeal 2, but I'm sure he'll still find a way to use that as he goes through Black Omen here.
Right, Moon got into jail at 0-0-0, so he might be ahead.
That's true. If you subtract that from itself,
that's a whole 56 minutes ahead.
Again, I mean, it's an interesting strategy that Moon decided to pull out there with the timer being at 0. We'll have the judges look at it and make a decision.
You noted that number I said, right?
56-24.
Okay. Because I already forgot it. I'm bad at that.
So for the time being, Korenth's timer is serving as both of their timers. And of course, you have to sit through a cutscene here before you're able to go into the Black Omen. And you won't be able to go into the Black Omen in the future. Of course, if you remember from Vanilla, you will have to travel to a different time period and then access the Black Omen from there.
I usually go to 600 AD, and I don't know why. I just always do.
I tend to go to 1000 just because Melchior's shop is right here and you can visit it before you go in. Here he goes. I think he's going to see Fritz here. Now, I usually forget to do this, even if I do save Fritz, so good for him. He's going to get those 10 mid-ethers out of this.
Do you think he's going to keep Chrono? See if he can't get the tech points while in Black Omen?
Yeah, he has Chrono out now. What is happening?
I mean, because he sees he hasn't gotten Uzi Punch yet for Robo. And he grabbed a slasher. He's got to be keeping him.
And, okay. Well, yeah, I mean... Oh, and he's going to get the validation CAD. He's going to... this. What? Wait.
Wait. Why do you buy the slasher if you're not going to use him?
What is he... Korenth just throwing all kinds of curveballs at us here.
He's just trying to mess me up as much as
He's trying to mess with us. He knows we're all confused now, and he's laughing about it. Oh my goodness. Alright, so he's got some pretty solid levels there, I would say, for entering Black Omen.
He sold 2 slashers while he was in there. I swear I saw him buy them.
Now, I didn't check what his speed is there. I don't know if he put speed on anyone, because if he didn't, we're about to see why you should.
He got the Taven Helm on Luca.
Taven Helm, not the Taven Vest.
Correct. So he didn't get the extra speed out of it.
Right. Yeah, the Taven Vest and Taven...
Taven Mail and Taven Vest?
Yeah, Mail. Give you speed. Yeah. Yeah, Taven Helm doesn't give speed, but it does give you magic defense, which is, of course, useful, but still not quite as good as speed. Suit. What's wrong with my brain today, Silver?
I don't know.
Don't answer that.
I'm on the same. I'm on the same length, man. Here we'll see who has 13 speed. Luca. But he mismenued.
I'm not. She might have 12 speed belt.
Luca got there well before. So she's got 13 speed, but he mismenued. He went down to item and then had to pop up one more, and then they got their attack off.
Yes, that's true. Now, Moonblizzard is doing a couple of little chest pickups here. You never know what you're going to find here.
Oh, that pays off.
Yeah, you paid it. Yeah, you found a Mega Blast.
And a speed belt. So it's definitely going to do him some good. But he's got to go through an entire death peak.
It definitely won't hurt him. That's for sure.
I mean, even Moonblizzard's going to have to do some grinding, right? Like catch up in levels? Because Korenth's probably going to stop and do the normal grind spot. Because we're in here early, an hour, and they're in Black Omen.
Yeah, actually, they got in here pretty quickly. This is going to be a very fast seed, I think. As long as, you do the right thing. If Korenth does the right thing, and if Moon does the right thing, again, this can be a tricky team to manage because of their speed. That's basically the only reason why. And if you get go mode early, you end up near the final boss early, and you go for it, you're probably going to die. So you want to level up first.
All right, Chet, now don't go thinking there's going to be a game 3 right away. We have seen some people wipe to Lavos Core over and over, We've seen people wipe in in-game, and everybody ends up catching up. You never know what's going to happen until it's over.
I think we had 2 races in a row where there was Prism Shard at Snail Stop, and both times it was required to beat the seed. Then in this race, for a 3rd time, the Prism Shard was at Snail Stop. And what happens? It unlocks the tools. And I named this seed really differently from the other ones.
Korenth put the speed belt on Luca, and now she has 13 speed. She might have. He may have switched it off and now put it back on after that first fight. Now, these statues usually have a decent drop. Most of the time, I get a tab. Nothing.
Yeah, Moon's going for the all-girl power team here, and boy, it can be very strong on Black Omen.
Final kick, I think it is.
So their final kick or Gatling kick? I can't remember which triple tech kick they get, but what you do get is speed with Ayla. You get strong physicals, and you get Blaze Kick between Ayla and Luca. I think that's the most important dual tech maybe in the game. It just does so much damage.
All right, Cecil says final kick is Chrono Marl or Ayla. Either kick is definitely absolutely OP'd.
That's true. As long as you can, like, because obviously the triple techs take all 3 characters in order to execute them. But as long as, you know, everyone can afford that, if you're not going to die from, like, anything the monster throws at you, they can be really good to use just for speed. They actually will kill the boss really quickly.
Yeah, Moon did get trolled by the Prism Shard check. Korenth went through and went early Dactyl Nest and found Robo.
And it doesn't look like Korenth is even going to try and fight these eyeballs, which is interesting because I know he has weapons that could take them out.
And 900 tech points are hard to pass up sometimes. Moonblizzard just found the Valkyrie.
I'm not sure where he's going to grind exactly. Where would he grind? Where's the grind spot you were talking about?
The statues where they shoot the fire?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, that would be Ocean Palace, right?
No, that is the Ocean Palace.
You would think he would take out the eyeballs then.
That's generally what I do when I come in here. Along the way, I'll take out those eyeballs. At the very beginning of Black Omen, there's a fight with 2 goons that fly in, and you can fight those over and over and over again. That's the only grind spot I really have used in Black Omen. Other than that, I'll just take things as I run through it because, yeah, especially those eyeball fights, they give you 1,000 experience and 1,000 tech points as long as you're able to kill all 3 of them.
Yeah, Giga Mutant's going to be the biggest fight coming up here. I think
really
Giga Mutant is harder than Zeal 2, honestly.
Sometimes it really is. Giga Mutant can punish you so badly by sucking your MP away, and it can just hit you with such strong attacks.
I mean, if you give Giga Mutant a split second, he's going to hop on the offense. If you can't keep pounding on him and keep him on the defense, he's going to take you.
Now, I love how Korenth is actually skipping everything in Black Omen with Robo. Even if I think he should fight those eyeballs, wow. I'm loving watching these skips.
He's going to try and finish this seed out at a new low level.
Ooh, he
Do you
does pick
think
up a
he's on
shockwave
PB
and a
pace?
speed tab and a Cali blade.
And a slasher too.
That's just a lot of good drops.
What's in the new shop?
He has Mega Elixir.
Amulet,
He has Prism
elixirs.
Helms.
Oh,
But he probably doesn't have very much to sell because of how early this is.
he needs a couple mega elixirs though. The prism helms aren't completely necessary because it's not a lot of status effect.
Yeah, exactly. Like Prism Helm would be great against Lavos, but against
Oh,
Zeal 2, less important. But what's really
He's
important,
working. Oh, he bought one.
what's really important for Zeal 2 though is having at least one Mega Elixir, because during the fight she'll hit you with a spell called Halation, which will bring everyone's HP to 1. That is where you want to use your one and only Mega Elixir, and it will help you greatly in that fight.
Cthulhu is right. The mutants will do a status effect.
Yeah, the mutants definitely can do that to you. It's not quite as guaranteed, like as Lavos will cast Obstacle on you. I don't know if the mutants can cast Obstacle, although the Elder Lavos spawn can. Other than that, like, you're facing single target status effects, which, you know, you can battle against that with heals.
I'd rather have dark helms and white males going up against Zeal 2.
Yeah, either Dark Helm, White Mail, or, you know, Black Mail and Rainbow Helm. Any combination of that is going to protect you so well against her, just because most of her attacks are Shadow and Lightning based. It's as simple as that.
And downs Tubster in one swing. Gets a speed tab out of it too.
Ooh, if the Tubsters are dropping speed tabs, that's a very good sign for this team.
I mean, as long as Luca's at 13, he can start feeding Robos speed tabs. Or even Marl.
Right. And he's got a couple
Get
more
those
of
hate
those
stuff
fights
faster.
coming up. And he found one in a chest too, so he has really got a lot of speed tabs in this seed. Oh, he didn't go for that chest, and he didn't skip the fight either. That chest, I think, is one of my favorite in the whole game.
Alright, Moon's finished Death Peak. Where he's going through this cutscene, and we'll have the Black Omen.
Yeah, so
We
based on that, I
didn't-
would say Moon's probably about 13 minutes behind at this point.
That is going to be hard to make up unless Korenth has a wipe up here. To like Giga Mutant. Or the Lavos spawn. Elder Lavos spawn.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe that either of these players would actually wipe at this point in the tournament, because
Right.
they are at the top of their game right now, playing their best possible game. And we've seen boss wipes a lot in the tournament, but as we got towards the end, you just saw it less and less and less.
Yeah.
So I'd be
I don't
surprised.
see Korenth wiping.
No, I'd be very surprised, but you never know what could happen to. You just never know.
Agreed. There's Fire 2, Ice 2. Was that Antipode 2?
Yeah, you got Antipode 2. Oh, and a Prism Dress. That's a great.
Oh.
That's going to help him a lot during those mutant fights and the Elder Lavos spawn, but you still will want to like put a blackmail on, even if you have a Prism Dress, just because you will absorb.
That's right. Antipode 3 with Ice 2. And they're asked if there's any way Moon catches up here. And honestly, unless there's a wipe, I don't see Moon catching up.
I mean, we can.
Because Korenth is hitting all the skips that he can.
He really is. He is plowing his way through this Black Omen. I thought he would take more encounters. He's taking none.
He is honestly on PB base. I mean, he's 10 minutes off of Moonblizzard's best.
Yeah, and he's already crawled through a good chunk of the Black Omen here. I mean, he's got another little leg to go after this, and then he'll be at Giga Mutant. And after that, he has almost no more Black Omen left, except for the Boss Gauntlet.
All right, Robo's 27, Luca and Marl are both 25. So he's got a couple of levels to make up just to be safe, but he could still pull it off.
Yeah, it's a little
It
low.
won't be easy.
It could make his Giga Mutant fight a little difficult, but if he beats Giga Mutant with enough time left on the clock, it's going to give him a big bonus to his experience and tech right there.
Moonblizzard switches out for Ayla. So yeah, we got everything we need there. I don't know. I don't see how Moon can catch up.
Ooh, and Korenth just found the Wonder Shot. That's amazing.
Oh.
That's going to help so much in that Elder Lavos spawn fight.
You see, Cthulhu, though, Korenth hasn't had a problem with any of the fights in here, even at his level. I don't think just because Moonblizzard's a higher level, it's going to go any faster. We'll see how this Giga Mutant fight goes, though.
Yeah, this Giga Mutant fight is going to really be a huge deal, and we're going to pay attention to when he beats it, because we're going to do another comparison with Moonblizzard's time at that point. Now,
that hit hard.
It is hitting hard. I mean, the Giga Mutant has 6,000 HP. Now he is going to hit you with that counterattack that sucks down your MP. It's going to make it harder and harder to cast spells. But if you can stay on top of these things, and casting haste is a great idea too. Casting haste in this fight is going to help a lot. Yeah, you stay on top of your MP and you keep attacking him with those strong AoEs, and you get him, get him dead as fast as you can, and you will suffer the least amount.
I don't think the level difference between the two are going to make up enough time to matter.
I mean, you never really know.
Neither of them are at 30, and that would make the biggest difference.
You never really know. It depends on how fast some of these fights go. I've seen racers catch up to each other based purely on character speed, and also damage output. They're probably doing roughly equal damage output, though.
Oh, I have never seen that skip before on Moonblizzard's screen.
As long as that eyeball is closed when you enter, you can skip him in any way you want.
And welcome, Raiders. Thank you, Uncle Bam Bam.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Uncle Bam Bam. I think I know Uncle Bam Bam from somewhere. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're on game 2 out of 3 in a 3-game series. This is the final matchup. This is the silver and gold medal matchup. Since we don't actually know what the prize is, we just keep saying different things. So it's either a medal, or I also said earlier, the Chrono Cup is in the building and it's being polished backstage. So if it's time to hand that out tonight, we'll hand it off to the winner. If Korenth pulls ahead in this race here, he's going to tie up that series. It's going to be 1-1, and we're going to go to a game 3 sudden death. And
and Cthulhu's talking about the shadow box for the winner.
Winning will restore your HP and MP, but you will still feel hungry. We see now Korenth is just suffering a little bit, it looks like, from not having much speed on this elevator part here. He's having to eat some of these. Yeah. Looks like he has that Prism Helm on Luca, though, and
maybe flare will take those down, though.
Maybe that was a really good buy to put that Prism Helm on Luca, because I think it just saved his butt in this fight.
Right. Only one fight?
Yeah, he's so far, I think, 1 or 2 out of 6 elevator fights.
Well, I think Luca is at 13 speed, so he's still going to get first off, right? Or
he should have. He should have. I don't know why. I don't know why. I wasn't quite.
Because there's a speed built on Luca.
Oh, he gets the bat skip. That's excellent.
And he'll get a speed tab, or he'll get 1 or 2 speed tabs from this fight.
That's right. If he had Ayla on his team, he'd be charming speed tabs right now, and we may see Moon do that. But either way, he's going to get another speed tab off these tubsters here, and by he I mean Korenth, of course. And there we see it, a speed tab. Yeah, okay. Even though he has all these speed tabs, his team speed may still be worrisome, and it's especially because he has 3 characters who start at 8. In moonblizzard's case, he's starting at he has 13 speed on Ayla, so like already right there, that's a huge bonus. That's a huge amount of speed tabs he doesn't have to use on a 3rd character. He can give them all to Luca and Marl, so we'll see how that plays out in these final fights.
Looks like Korenth switched the speed belt off of Luca, but the last speed tab got her up to 13 speed, so should be okay. We'll see how this fight goes.
He's coming into the Terra Mutant fight now, which generally is a little bit easier than Giga Mutant. He can hit you with a few nastier spells, but he has less HP and he doesn't suck your MP away, so if you have a good, powerful spell like we're about to see here with Flare, and I'd like to see an Antipode 3, but maybe not right away. 5,000 damage, it's not a lot to have to do. So, generally speaking, Terra Mutant's just not going to give you that big of a problem here. So this is where moonblizzard is going to learn that the tubsters are dropping speed tabs. And that's going to excite him. And we'll see if he starts using Charm on them after that. Oh, does Korenth's Marl not have Ice 2 yet? Oh, he's a little lower level, I believe. Oh, here we go. So, yeah, Terra Mutant actually can cast Obstacle. He has locked them. He's okay, though. He has 20 heals. That's always a good thing to stock up on early in the game. If you see heals, I mean, they're cheap. They only cost 10 gold. So buy a pile of them. They'll never let you down. Yeah, lock is harmless unless you didn't have those heals. Right, so in each seed that you roll, we talk about this. So Obstacle is a spell that is cast by Lavos and a couple other enemies. In vanilla, when you play Lavos and he casts Obstacle on you, it will always cast Chaos on you and confuse all your characters. In Jets of Time, it's randomized, so it can cast anything it wants: stop, lock, poison, sleep, slow. But it will cast it across the game, no matter who you're facing. So once you face one enemy, you can learn what obstacle is in the seed and sort of plan from there. So if it's like casting something like sleep, I wouldn't worry too much about status protection, because you're just going to get knocked back awake probably right away anyways. But if you get cast stop, you're going to really want to have full status protection on your team. because we have seen seeds where obstacle will show up and all 3 characters have stop cast on them, and at that point it's basically a full game over because there's nothing you can do when you're stopped. I'm a little surprised here. Moonblizzard did not charm that Tubster for another speed tap, but that's okay. He's probably just worried about getting this done as fast as possible. Meanwhile, Korenth in the Elder Lavo spawn fight now. He's doing the right thing. He's putting haste on Luca. He's got the Wonder Shot on Luca. And in this fight, haste is one of the #1 things that I love to use. Oh no, he's not using the Wonder Shot. Wait. Whoa. Oh, beautiful fire punch there. Or, yeah, it was a fire punch, I believe. Elder Lava Spawn has 12,000 HP. It can take, a little while to chip that down to 0. In the meantime, he's going to be throwing all kinds of nasty spells at you. He can cast Obstacle. But the #1 thing you do not want to do is attack the shell or attack both the shell and the face, because then he's going to hit you with a very strong counterattack that will basically wipe any one character to death immediately.
Moon put the Wonder Shot on Luca.
It's too bad. I guess Korenth may have not done that. Maybe it doesn't matter much if he's just going to use Fire Punch, but I would have loved to see a hasted Luca with Wonder Shot kill Elder Lavo Spawn. She can do a lot of damage with that Wonder Shot if she hits with it correctly. However, it is not a consistent strategy, and he may be avoiding it on purpose for that reason.
He's got a surefire strat going, though.
Yeah, Fire Punch is one of my favorites. I think it's quite powerful. It's pretty cheap, and it's a single target, so you can use it against a lot of bosses that would otherwise punish you for multi-targeting.
And Lavo Spawn goes down.
Beautiful fight, really. That was really clean. He didn't really struggle at all. I was worried about this team going in, but Korenth has showed me time and time again that you don't need to be overpowered in order to do these bosses.
And I just noticed 255 tech points from Lavo Spawn.
Yeah, they like to give you that bonus at the end because, well, it's the end of the game, and it'd be really crappy to miss out on your last tech.
And chat notes 125.30 Lavo Spawn dead for Korenth, so we can see exactly where Moonblizzard's going to be. Thank you, chat. I say chat because I cannot pronounce that name, and I'm not going to butcher it.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out a way to report Moon's time. I can report it because I do have access to the race time, that .gg that they're racing on right now. So when Korenth is done, we'll click done, and then we'll be able to actually see when Moonblizzard finishes. We'll still have his time. We might not be able to put it up on the stream, but we can at least type it in chat and I can say it on the mic. Korenth is right into the Zeal fight now. He is fighting Zeal 1. He's at 1 hour and 27 minutes in. This is incredible to watch. He's going to cast Halation on you a couple times in a row. That should give you enough time to just batter her with your best spells. She only has 5,000 HP. Boy, Ayla down against Moon's having a little bit of a tougher time against Giga Mutant here, and that's probably because he just has slightly weaker. I'm not going to say he has weaker magic, but he doesn't have as good of healing.
And Luca went down too.
So Korenth got this menu glitch here. There's a few places in the game you can do a quote-unquote menu glitch. Normally you're not supposed to be able to enter your menu between bosses like that, but if you hold and press your menu button at the correct time, like right when the screen fades to black, you will be able to actually enter the menu. You can, I think, also enter a menu in order to your character switching menu if you want to switch your characters. You can do one of the two, and it's something you'll see here at Zeal 1. It's between Zeal 1 and Mammon Machine. There is no menu glitch between Mammon Machine and Zeal 2. But if we were seeing a Lavos fight here, you would also see a menu glitch during that fight as well.
Now, Korenth put the blue mail on Robo, so I guess he's foreseen getting to Hexagon Mist?
Yeah, so now he's got Mammon Machine down. He's going into the Zeal 2 fight, and we get to talk about some of the strategy in this fight. Number one strategy, and we talked about this before, where white mail, black mail, or really blue mail is a last resort, but you want magic absorption here. Another thing is that the fight is quite scripted, it's quite linear, and it's time dependent. So if you don't kill her fast enough, we'll say, she's going to hit you with her hardest spells. So that it's possible to avoid that if you're able to dish out enough damage in a short amount of time. We're going to see how it goes for Korenth here.
So Moon got past Giga.
Moon got past Giga.
Now, does that mean 3 minutes behind? Or is there another Terra Mutant ahead?
No, that was at the end of Terra Mutant.
Terra Mutant's the one we're waiting for.
Yeah, we're waiting for Terra Mutant. So Zeal 2 has 20,000 HP. When you get her down to half health, that's when she's going to cast her first Halation. Like I said, if you wait too long to kill her, she's going to cast her most powerful spells, Hexagon Mist being the most powerful spell. However, if you get her down to half health before her script makes it to Hexagon Mist, then she'll actually skip doing it, and her script will start over again from the start. So, again, Korenth probably knows he's not going to be able to output that much damage in that short a time, and that's why he put that blue mail on Robo, because it will absorb the Hexagon Mist spell, and often it's a party wipe if you don't have the right gear on for that one. It's very powerful.
And right, Moon is Terra Mutant, Lavos Spawn, Zeal 1, and Mammoth behind. So, as long as Korenth plays this properly, we will see a Game 3.
Yeah, I can't see Korenth struggling too much at this point. I would like to see him use double V-Bomb, like some of the folks in chat are pointing out. I totally agree with that. I believe it is available. I think it should be available.
He has it. He does have it. I did see it in the tech menu.
It probably is actually his highest output damage spell right now.
Isn't that like you have to be close enough to the enemy though?
I think in this fight he is close enough to the enemy, and Robo is in the right position. Every time you use area bomb or double V bomb, it depends on where Robo's standing, obviously. The enemy has to be close to him in order for it to work. And yeah, in this fight, if Robo's in the center, it works. I would love to see him pull one off here, but it looks like he's just going to go for that Antipote too. And that could also be kind of a safe strategy as well, because he's going to be able to...
Because Robo's the one with the heal beam.
Exactly. So he's able to like kind of keep doing damage consistently while also taking care of his team.
That hit hard.
That hit hard, but it not as quite as hard as I thought it could.
That hit Luca for over 500.
I saw everyone going down except Robo, but he managed to avoid that, so that's really good. He must be counting the HP here because, yeah, He knows. There's the halation. He was just about to get 10,000 damage done there, it looks like. And he almost beat that Hexagon Mist, but it's a good thing he was prepared for that. So here we see the Mega Elixir going up. Boom, his team's back to full health. He's got Haste Cast. Take it home, Korenth.
Oh, but there goes Robo's MP.
That's okay, though, because he is, of course, using Antipo 2 in this situation.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah. And
So
Robo
probably
has haste.
better choices there.
Yeah, so Robo has haste. He'll be able to heal his own MB, and his next turn will start in, like, no time flat.
Incredible timing there. We have Moon fighting Terramutant now.
Yeah, it won't take much time at all. Terramutant should go down really fast when he's using this level of spells.
So I want to say 9 minutes behind Korenth.
That's about right, yeah. He gained some time there. And it's probably because of speed. Straight up.
That's amazing. Yeah.
But Korenth, of course, is almost at the end of this fight here, so it's really not going to matter much. Unless she goes completely berserk here. Boy.
Which is still possible.
I don't want to see that happen. That's why I'm not a good commentator. I say things like that out loud, and superstitious
Then they happen.
people, yeah, superstitious people might hate me for it.
But yeah, exactly. He gained 5 minutes on Korenth.
So
that alone just says a lot to the skill level of moonblizzard.
I should add this little tidbit because after Zeal 2 casts Halation on you, it actually will make it so that your barriers, if you have a barrier up, it won't block any extra magic damage. I think we saw that happen just now, where that Hexagon Mist just did extra damage, and this Dark Gear is going to do extra damage as well.
Yeah, Zeal went berserk mode. So now there's a struggle. Now there's a worry.
Yeah, it's getting a little hairy.
Oh, Morrow went down.
I'm sure he's very close here. Double V bomb.
Come on,
do it.
Bomb. Double. Oh, come on.
It's okay though. It's okay that he's close enough to the end of this fight. He only needs to output maybe one more of those.
Oh, come on. Let's see it, Korenth.
Oh boy,
Oh, there goes Luca.
Here goes Luca. Now, I might consider myself here at this point. I might consider just soloing with Robo. He has high HP, and I know
he's going to revive Marl. Marl with life 2. If he can get Marl.
It's going to be a sketchy game because, yeah, as soon as you do that, you're going to eat an attack, and it's going to be just a waste of a turn. Right now, if I was Korenth, I would just be attacking Zeal 2 with Robo. Robo is not going to go down from this.
Shouldn't have done Luca. Wouldn't have made a difference.
He has that blue armor on, and so he can basically eat all this damage and be safe, because as soon as Hexagon Mist hits again, he's going to just heal right
There's
back
life
up.
2 on Luca. Oh no, but the Hexagon Mist comes out first. Oh,
No,
and Korenth reset. No.
Oh, but he was so close to.
I think he could have pulled that off because Robo was going to live through it.
He absolutely could have pulled that off. I wish he didn't reset that fish, because at this point, Moon has just gained so much time on him now. And boy, Moon's team is scary. Going into Zeal 2, he's got Blaze Kick. He's got Anipode 2. He doesn't quite have the same amount of healing. But unless Korenth pulls out this double V-bomb, I mean, it's all going to depend on that kill speed at Zeal 2.
I'm wondering if Korenth realizes double V-bomb isn't going to hit all three. I mean, even on this fight right here, double V-bomb would do more than Antipode 2.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, even he had Zeal 2 down to such little health there. She probably only had 2,000 or 4,000 health left. He could have just started hitting her with whatever he possibly could at that point.
And here we have Moon coming into the same fight.
Yeah, this is getting extremely close now. Extremely close. Moonblizzard might have a bit of an edge here just because he has Ayla and she's fast. And this is all about going fast.
And Ayla's going to output more damage than Robo will, in my opinion.
She will. Robo might have more torque, but Ayla has more horsepower.
If Ayla has triple kick, they pull off Antipode 2, Antipode 3, and a triple kick. That's some damage.
It's getting that menu glitch again. You know, once you get the hang of that, it's pretty easy to keep consistent, but it does take a bit of practice at first. But yeah,
we'll see if Moonblizzard hits the menu glitch right after Zill here, what the levels look like.
Well, it looked like he missed the
did
menu
not get
glitch.
it.
Well, that's quite surprising.
That is surprising.
And he's just going straight into triple kicks.
Wow. Blaze kicks.
This is an incredible turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. I never thought we'd be watching this screen side-by-side action at the end of this tournament, but this is really what it's boiled down to. If Moonblizzard pulls ahead here, he gets all the glory, all the gold, and if Korenth stays... No!
Oh, they are side by side!
Moon just pulled ahead just by a slight... that was like a 1 second lead.
Wow! And Korenth switched the blue mail over to Marl instead of Robo as well. Oh, this is down to it, folks.
Well, this
is
hurts.
For all the marbles.
This one hurts because I know that if Korenth just solo roboed that Zeal 2, oh my goodness, he could have just taken her down. Maybe not, though.
It's very possible.
It's possible. I'm not saying it's a for sure thing, but...
It would have been worth trying. It would have been worth taking the last death and then resetting.
I think so, unless he knows something I don't, but we'll find out in the interviews after.
But here's the thing, if he would not have reset there, he'd have been farther behind Moonblizzard. Right now, they are literally neck and neck.
That's right.
They are within a second of each other right now.
Yeah, if he waited even a second longer to do that reset, he would be even further behind here. But we're seeing a Blaze Kick versus an Antipode 2 here. We see Blaze Kick doing 3,100 damage. We see Antipode doing 2,000 damage. I think it's pretty clear what the outcome of this fight is going to be for both these racers.
Moon's got the edge with Blaze Kick here. That's the only difference here. I think that's where Korenth is going to fall.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sad to say, but...
It's a good lesson in you go a little bit out of your way to collect an extra character, and it can give you such a different type of edge, and just it diversifies your strategy. And it looks like Moon's going to eat.
And that's right, Blaze Kick is a faster animation.
So Moon's getting beat up here pretty bad too. Now this Blaze Kick should get her down to half health. And I think we're going to see
3,000 damage. Wow.
Yeah, that's just incredible. And you know he's doing it with incredible speed. However, it doesn't look like he's taking advantage of haste, whereas Korenth is.
But Moonblizzard is doing the damage in one spell that Korenth is doing in all three. And Korenth is going to Antipode 2, which is doing 2,000, but that Blaze Kick doing 3,000, and a Triple Kick doing 1,200? I mean, there, he's got more damage, more DPS. Here comes the Blaze Kick.
Yeah, here comes another Blaze Kick. So if he did 4 already, this is number 5. That means she's down 15,000 health already. She has 5,000 to go.
Yep, that Imbuster is going to come up. An interesting basic attack to get that MP Buster out.
Yeah,
he is counting the hit points.
So Korenth is getting his Hellation now. I mean, he's just slipping a little further behind, and I mean, it's no wonder. It's team speed, it's output damage. All of these things will make you lose time if you're, head to head with someone in a boss fight. On the plus side here, we're not going to have to wonder about what Moon's time was because we'll be able to call it out. I mean, yeah.
What a final match.
That's a 144.
Wow.
19. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Absolutely. Wow.
So it looks like the officials who are the caretakers of the Chrono Cup, they're coming out from backstage right now. They're about to hand it off to Moonblizzard.
It's been polished and all.
It's been polished. It's up to Moonblizzard if he wants to fill it with champagne or if he wants to fill it with spring water. It's up to him. It's his cup now.
Wow. Korenth is not kicking himself yet. Moon.
You are the champion. You are the number 1. You won the tournament. You have the Chrono Cup. What do you fill it with, sir? Looks like Moon's having a little difficulty with his microphone. That was a little anticlimactic. I apologize to...
That's right. He fills it with silence.
He fills it with silence.
Hello?
Moon.
Are we here? Oh my god.
Congratulations.
Oh my god. I'm speechless. Yes, exactly.
You are the
Moon.
You are the champion.
What your timer?
Oh my god.
You didn't use your timer. We thought that was going to be a sneaky move on your part. You were going to try and argue, hey, look, I finished it in 0 seconds. But you didn't need to pull out any dirty tricks like that. You actually came back from behind.
I had a lot of troubles. I forgot to put on the auto tracking. And when I tried to put on the auto tracking, I actually reset my timer. So I was like, oh god, we're going without auto tracking.
I see, yeah.
I was so nervous.
Wow. That makes sense now.
So yeah, the Chrono Cup is yours.
Wow! I can't believe this. I still can't believe this. Oh my god!
What are you gonna pour into the Chrono Cup for your celebratory drink?
Wow! I still don't know. I mean, I'm still recovering from the race. This seed. I mean, I was pretty sure I was pretty behind all the time because I tools from Prism side, and I was like, no, I don't want this. And then I was like, I'm skipping Cathedral, but then, maybe we need Robo, and then I found Robo in the desert, and the Daxus Nest, and then I was like, okay, at least there's that. And then I was like, I did Denadoro was nothing, and I was like, oh my god, Korenth is ahead. I know he's ahead.
Korenth was ahead all the way to Zeal.
Wow, really?
Yeah, all the way to Zeal.
Yeah.
he took he actually took a reset. Even he had Zeal
Two
down.
now.
Yeah, he had Zeal down to a very low amount of health, and
Oh
she
my!
kept killing his. She went berserk. She kept killing his team. Robo had a blue mail on, but he said this is not gonna work for me, and he noped out. And when he did that, you and him were absolutely synced up for the rest of the Black Omen when you both fought Zeal 1 at the same time, Mammoth Machine at the same time.
Wow!
And
You
it
were
was
literally within a second of each other at that Zeal fight. At
Wow!
your Zeal fight.
But as soon as you started fighting Zeal 2, that Blaze Kick came out on top. He was using Robo instead
Oh,
of Ayla.
Robo. Oh, I see.
And,
Yeah, I had this. I had this. I thought, okay, we can check for the Protodome. We can check Protodome and see if we find Ayla. If we find Ayla, then Ayla's in because Blaze Kick is much faster than using Confuse, Fire Sword 2 or Ice Sword 2. So I was okay. Let's check. Maybe I'm wasting time, but I needed to check that. And I was so relieved when I saw Ayla, and okay, Ayla, let's go. I mean, I had to change to Chrono for the Death Peak fight because Ayla is still she needs triple kick, and I was like, okay, I need Chrono for now, but
What was
then we
your
move on.
thought when you had the double dip Xenon Bridge?
Oh, Xenoblade. Okay, yeah. So I was thinking, okay, there's the Chrono trigger. If we find the clone, we are one penalty away. Okay, but I noped out because I wasn't sure where this was heading. So
Korenth, welcome. Congratulations on a silver medal second place finish in the tournament. You did an amazing job, my friend. And,
That was great.
that race was really the icing on the cake for the whole tournament. I'm going to rewatch this one a few times.
Absolutely.
I wish I knew what I could do to get this trio over the hump. The only thing I can think of is sub in a level 23 Chrono, equip him with Rainbow, and let him use Confuse, and maybe that does enough damage. But I don't have enough damage to avoid the Hexagon Mist, and it's one-shotting Luca.
I think the number one thing we thought, to ourselves, why is Korenth not doing this? It was double V-bomb during Zeal 2.
double
Absolutely.
V-bomb, yeah, that could be something.
I thought Antipode 2 damage would be higher.
Nope.
Yeah, we had a bit of a debate going in chat about that, about a couple things, but it is a little more powerful. Perhaps it would have given you the edge there, but boy, it's difficult to talk about this right now because of we're at the end of this tournament. It's a little emotional in some ways, but I mean, you just had an amazing lead basically the whole time. You took a couple extra checks early. For example, the Xenon Bridge, you had the trigger. Moon had to go back for that, and at one point you had a 17-minute lead or something, and he came in like a steaming freight train behind you though, and
oh yeah, no, I knew
He'll
once
do
I
that.
wiped on Zeal the first time that was it. Because
No,
I knew
that put you guys within a second of each other.
it
Really?
put you
Didn't lose
within
it there.
1 second of each other. It was incredible to watch
Oof.
after that. But
Wow.
he went and got Ayla from Protodome and had Blaze Kick, and that's why he was able
Yeah,
to.
so I didn't know if you guys noticed. I was a split second away of getting that Hexagon Mist. So I had a single chance because she was like 4.3k damage, and I had a single chance because I opened up Ayla's menu, and I could triple kick just to make sure I'm avoiding the Hexagon Mist. So I was like, okay, let's do this because we can't wait for another Blaze Kick. I was so relieved because I could enter Ayla's menu because I thought that could be a wipe.
Yeah,
was
I
very
mean,
nervous.
I am shocked that I was having that much issue. I've got the seed still open. I'm going to go run it with double area bomb just to see if it would actually punch through.
Yeah,
That would be interesting to see. I would love to see that.
I was actually, when I saw you reset your first time there, I was shocked and taken aback because it looked like you had actually chipped off a lot of her HP. She may have only had 2,000 HP left, that Zeal 2.
Yeah, she had about 2,000, and Flair was doing 1,600.
And she kept killing your
Oh.
whole team. She kept killing your whole team, but Robo had blue mail on, and I thought, you know what, he might be able to solo this with Robo. I wasn't
And
sure.
Hexagon Mist was coming up, so he was going to absorb that.
Or
Yeah,
maybe Antipode 3? I mean, why not?
but if I could have kept both Marl and Luca alive, I would have. But because of the way I had the elemental males split up in that first fight, I could not keep them both alive because one would die, I'd res. One would die or almost die to Shadow Gear. I'd res. I'd heal up. Hexagon Mist comes in. Luke is dead. Then a laser takes out Marl, and you're like, well, I've got Robo, and I can, in hindsight, area bomb for 700 damage.
We were debating whether or not Uzi Punch would have been enough with soloing Robo to take down Zeal 2 that first fight.
If I had ever found something better than a magma hand.
Yeah,
Right,
that
right.
magma hand, that stung a little.
And how many swords does Chrono need?
I know.
There were like 6 Kali blades.
For a
couple
moment,
of-
I thought of bringing Chrono back because it was just a moment.
Oh, I did too. It's like, well, I've got Kali blade. That's pretty good, but Rainbow's doing fine. And then I got the Rainbow from the Elder Lava spawn. I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to sub in Chrono now. And I go and look. Chrono is level 23. And so I am curious, does a level 23 Chrono actually do more damage with a Rainbow than Fire Tackle, something of that nature?
That's
Hey.
a question
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
a good
answer.
point. I mean, Blaze Kick, we have a guaranteed 3,000 damage stack. We don't need any kind of weapon, so
Where was Ayla? Where was
still
Ayla?
relying on that.
Where was Ayla?
Protodome?
Protodome.
Oh,
Protodome.
skipped
You didn't
it.
check that.
No, I just went.
Oh, I see. I'm pretty sure. I think if you check Protodome and found Ayla and
Yeah,
swapped Ayla in your party, you would be
because
you
all I've
probably
got to
have
do is
one
be able to
that-
avoid one of the 2 attacks.
Oh. And I kept using Aura because Ayla, I mean, she could wipe because she hadn't any elemental males available. So I was like, okay, let's heal Ayla. And Zio kept attacking Ayla all the time, and I was like, no, attack Luca because she has the blackmail one. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, well, just an incredible race, incredible matchup between you two. It was an incredible tournament to watch. I mean, unfortunately, we're at the very end of it now, but we're going to have more events coming up in the future with even better, new and improved versions of Jets of Time for everyone to watch. So thanks, everyone. And make sure that if you're watching right now, go follow moonblizzard, go follow Korenth, go follow Cthulhu Crisis, go follow Silver Neo. And
go follow Procky.
And
right?
maybe
Follow
him
some
too.
Procky.
And Rocky and Korenth and everyone and Silver Neo and
Yeah, really appreciate everyone's coming together over the last year, and it's been a really wild ride.
I'm glad that I can finally dedicate time to the beta.
Yeah. I mean, we can exactly.
Right, so we can finally do our Lost Worlds relay race soon.
Right, and Chet says they're excited to see the next tournament. I'm hoping to actually join in the next tournament as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, be excited to try it. Come join.
It's an amazing randomizer. I mean, we have a great community. You all be welcome.
And now's the good time to join because we're about to have the beta release. So that's going to be changing up some things. So everyone's almost going to be starting on the same foot, other than maybe logic knowledge. But that's easier to pick up than all the tech.
Right.
Wow,
Yeah.
I mean, I still have to recover from this. Sorry.
Well,
GG Moon.
Thank you, GG.
Moon, GG Korenth,
GG, both of you.
top two players in the community. Officially, it's official now, and
And thank you both for allowing me to commentate one of the most exciting races that we've had in this tournament.
It was
Thank
a heck
you,
of a
man.
run.
It was amazing. Oh my god.
And
I think it was the very first time I actually reset on Prism Shard reward.
Oh, you went and checked. What did it have? Because I never bought it.
Tools.
It had
Tools.
tools. Oh.
And I was like, I was so upset. Okay, I'm resetting this.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I never bought it.
Oh my god. I saw Mal and Prism Shard. Maybe this is dependent. Maybe. And it was like utterly wrong.
No, we had a required desert, which meant required dactyl nest.
Yes. I mean, I think if one went straight to the prehistory, found Robo, and done Reptile attack, and then desert and bridge, this could be a very fast seed. I mean,
Even with a couple of extra checks, if I had finished Zeal the first time, it was PB. And I think if you take out Hecarim Cave, because I did Hecarim Cave, I don't know if you did, but if you take that out,
I did Hecarim Cave.
Potential world record pace.
Yes.
Lavos Road.
I definitely agree because we have a Ayla, Ayla, Luca, and Mal and Chrono. I mean, yeah.
You get some sun specs out of the desert, and you go to town.
That's right. With that, though, I think we're going to wrap things up here. It's been a pleasure, everyone. If you want to join in on some of the after party here, we're going to be on the Jets of Time Discord. Don't forget to follow. Yeah, that's it for me. So good night, everyone.
Have a good one, guys.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, chat.
See you soon. See you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you, racers. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Procky. Everybody have a great night.
Good night, everyone.